Hi everyone, Inga here. So this is a very simple project. Beginners find a project that anyone can learn or just implement. So I'm going to make this very short and straightforward. I'm going to try not to let this video be long. Yes, so and I'll try not to use technical grammars just so we can follow along. So in this video, I want to teach us how to extract text. Now, not just extract text, find the meaning from those texts. Because we know in the olden days, or you see some persons, let's say you have some images where texts are written, and you want to extract those texts. Manually, you just have to quickly get a book and paper, or you just type it out. But in these days and this AI generation, we don't do that again. So I'm going to be teaching us the fast and the most simple way to do this. That's using AWS services. And trust me, you don't have to be an AWS expert to know how to do this. Yes. So these are the four services we are going to be using: ML service and AI service. We're going to be using the Amazon Textract, Amazon Comprehend, Amazon Bedrock, and SageMaker Notebooks, AWS SageMaker Notebooks. So let's see them one by one. Okay, so this is just a write-up that we can go through on our own. I purposely draw this out. You can go just search on Amazon Textract or using the documentation. You won't have to do that. I believe this alone is enough. So we're going to be using Amazon Textract. It's a machine learning service that automatically extract text and data from documents, images, any kind of image. So it can read printed text, handwriting, you name it. You understand? Anything that text is written on. You understand? Without you using any manual effort. And Comprehend on the other side is a natural language processing service that analyzes text to find the meaning and insight. So this guy right here is going to be helping you find meaning and insight from the text. So it can identify the language of the text, extract key phrases, and the rest of them. Okay, so and the third service is Amazon Bedrock. Amazon Bedrock here is a fully managed service that provides access to industry leading foundation models for building generative AI applications. So now there are so many models there, but we are just going to be using one. And on the next slide I'm going to be showing us the AI model we are going to be using. So it allows you to generate text, summarize summaries, and intelligent responses while handling security and the rest of them. So this is what it does. Then Amazon SageMaker Notebook. So they are fully managed secure Jupyter Notebook environments in the cloud. So they provide a ready-to-use workspace for writing code. So this is where we're going to be writing our code in Amazon SageMaker Notebook. So that's that for that. So what are we going to need? Of course, you're going to need an AWS account in order for you to have access to all these services. Very simple, very easy to create, doesn't take much time. Once you have the AWS account, you should be logged in as an IAM user, but you must have the admin privileges in order for you to have access to this AWS service and carry out some operations there. One other thing you're going to need is you need access to Anthropic Cloud 3 Haiku. So without further ado, let me show us how to have access to this. Okay, so I've logged into my AWS console, into my AWS account, sorry, with admin privilege access. So what we want to do now is have access to Anthropic's Cloud 3 IO. So we need to search for Amazon Bedrock, as you can see it here, because I recently just visited Amazon Bedrock. But if you don't have this here, just click on the search bar and type Bedrock. Before you type Bedrock, you already see it pop up. Click on it here. Let's give it some seconds to open. Okay, so we're in the Amazon Bedrock interface. As you can see here, few months back, if you want to have access to these models, all you need to do is to click on Model Access, and you see everything here. But as you can see now, Model Access page has been retired. We no longer need to manually activate model access through this page. So how then can we have access to these models? All we need to do is to go to the model catalog, click on it. Let's give it some seconds to load. Let's give some seconds to load. Probably the network. It usually loads faster than this. Okay, so you can see in the model catalog, you can see all the models that are here. So if it's your first time having access to Anthropic's Cloud Tree Haiku, you will need to submit a case. All you need to do is you need to request for it, then you submit the case. All you need to do is just to put in your company's name, put in your company's website, the reason why you want to use it, and that's all, and it's for free. But since I already have access to it, all I need to do here now is just to tick this box, Anthropic. As you can see, they have about 13 models. Then I scroll down to Cloud 3 Haiku. So because I already have access to this, I don't need to start going through the process of trying to have access to it. It's very simple. Once you've submitted whatever they requested for you to submit, in a few seconds, you'll have it activated. Okay, so let's move on to the next phase. So we're going to talk about the cost. Okay, so we're on the pricing page for Amazon Textract. Want to know how much we're going to be spending using all the services, the Amazon Textract, Comprehend, Amazon Bedrock, Amazon SageMaker Notebook. So for the Amazon pricing, Amazon Textract pricing, you can use the AWS price calculator. Well, we're not going to be using that. So you see, under the rate here for just 1,000 pages per month when using signatures only. So you see, we're not going to be using up to 1,000 pages. So that's for the Amazon Textract pricing. Feel free to scroll down to check other things. For the Amazon Comprehend, let's see how much we are going to be spending. So take going to click on the region. We are going to be using the North Virginia region. So you see key phrases, extraction. See how much you are going to spend in. It's not up to $1. Let's move on to the Amazon Bedrock pricing. So we'll just scroll down to the model we're going to be using, which is Anthropic. And we are going to be using the same North Virginia. We are looking for Cloud Tree Haiku. So this is it here. You can see we are not spending up to $1. See that? So pricing per 1 million input tokens. You can see that. Feel free to also check out the pricing model. Then for SageMaker Notebook, let's scroll down. You can also use the pricing calculator. So for on-demand pricing, click on the notebook instance, and the instance we are going to be using is MLT3 module. As you can see, for 4 gig memory, we're going to spend less than $1. So when we add all this together, you're not spending up to $1. So to avoid incurring any unnecessary charges, just follow me to the end of this project, and I'm going to teach us how to shut down everything once we are done with this. So let's move on to the next. So now that we know the pricing of each AWS services that we're going to use, let's go ahead and proceed with creating a notebook instance where we are going to be running our code. And to do that, we are going to need the Amazon SageMaker AI. I already have mine here because I recently visited it. But if you don't, obviously you won't, just go here in the search bar and type Sage. You can see it right here, just click on it. Amazon SageMaker. Okay, so SageMaker AI build, train, and deploy machine learning models at scale. But what we want to do now is to go to this left-hand side, click on Notebooks. Let's click on Notebooks. I'm having issues with my network. So we are here on, we just need to click on create notebook instance. Okay, so in this page, you're going to input the name of the instance. You can call it whatever name you want to call it. I can just want to call it my, let's use small letter now, my uh, notes, notebook instance. So we can leave it like that. Feel free to give it any name you want. For the instance type, we are going to be using MLT3 Media. So you don't need to change it. You can just leave it like this. So for this project, we'll just be using that. Otherwise, you can click on the drop down bar and you can see other available instance type that you can use. But we'll just be going with this. So you can see the platform identifier will be using Amazon Linux. You can also feel free to use anyone once, but we'll be using this. Let's scroll down. So what we want to do here is we need an IAM role. So we're going to create an IAM role, a new IAM role. So you just click on create a new role. We'll be selecting none because we don't have any S3 buckets that we want to use. So just click on none and create role. Let's give it some time. So you see the role has been successfully created. We will later go back and modify this, but for now, let's just go ahead and create the notebook instance. Leave every other thing the way it is. Just go ahead, click on create notebook instance. And let's give it some time to create. Okay. So while it's in the pending state, we're going to go ahead and configure our IAM role. So to give permission or access to give SageMaker access to the Amazon Textract and the other AWS services component and Bedrock. So we'll do that. Just click on this. Click on this. Let's give it some time. So you can also see all the notebook instance setting here. Creation time, last updated, the volume size. But we're not going to go into all this. Just scroll down. Now we are going to click on this. So it will take us to the IAM console. Take us to open a new tab for us. Yes. So what we want to do now is this. We want to add permissions to this SageMaker. We want to add permissions. So just click on attach policies. So remember, we need 3 of the services that we're going to be interacting with. The first one is Textract. Amazon Textract. We're going to grant SageMaker full access to Textract. You click on this. Let's go. The next one is Bedrock or comprehend. Comprehend. You're also going to grant it full access. To take note not to click on this medical full access. It has to be comprehend full access. And the last one is going to be Bedrock. You see right here, you click on this. And see we have now 3 permissions policies. Let's go ahead and add these permissions. Yes, so we've successfully done this. As you can see, the 3 of them are here, or AWS managed. So but I want us to go back and go and check our instance, and by now it should be ready. So I've moved away from dependent state to the in service, so you can see it now. Before it was in the dependent state, but now is it the in service. So we want to go ahead and open this Jupyter Lab. You click on open Jupyter Lab to take you to another tab. Okay, so we are in the SageMaker Notebook instance page where we'll be doing all the magic. But first, let's come to this side. You can see you have all the kernel types that you can use. Let's come to the side. Just left click here, left click, then you go to notebook. You want to create a new notebook. So let's just use this under Python tree. You can feel free to check every other one like you saw earlier. We'll be using this under Python tree. Click on select. Now, when you've done that, you can see when you've done that, let's go ahead and save and create. So I want to rename the file. We're going to be so feel free to give it any name. Let me give it AWS ML Let's just leave it like that. Just feel free to give it any name. Then rename and save. Now we have this save. You can see it. So you can see created a time and everything. So let's move on now. Like I said, you don't need to be an expert to be able to do this. It's very simple. But let's just close this launcher we've saved. What we want to do now, I want to copy and paste our code here. And we'll go to the GitHub account. And I'm going to share it on YouTube for us so we can have access to it. And what we want to do, the first one we want to make use of is the Amazon Textract. You see here. Just click on Amazon Textract. So this is the code that we'll be using. And we want to copy all this. Copy all this. Copy it, and let's go back and paste it here. Control V. Yes, so you can see. Now, I'm not going to go in depth into this, but let me point out some things that we need to know. So we know automatically it's going to be extracting text from the image you are going to upload. So you understand? So, but take note of the kind of image format we are going to be using. It will only accept these two. If you use JPNG or any other one, it's not going to work. So it's either JPG or PNG. So you understand? So what's going to happen here? Extract text from the image using Amazon Textract. So basically that's what's going to happen. So let's click on save. Don't forget to save. And what we want to do now, we want to drag our image. I have some couple of images I'd like us to use here. So this first one is sometime back in 2024, I actually just run a session where I helped those who are new to the cloud, open them up to the opportunities, in AWS certification, and how they can leverage AWS benefits, how they can pass the exam, and the rest of them. So let's use this. Just drag it and put it here. And let's give it some time to come up. Just hold on a bit. Now you can see our image here. Now this is where the magic is going to happen. But first, let's click on save. Save. Then you go and run this cell. Click on display button, and you see what's going to happen here. Processing image 0%. Wait till you get to 100%, and you see the magic. See how fast it is compared to the you doing it manually. How long it's going to take? So you see within seconds. So we have our text here. Take note. You see it ends with if you see it ends with TXT. It ends with TXT. Let's see what Amazon Textract was able to do. Wow. So you can see very, very easy. What I like doing is comparing the image and the text side by side. So you see a reminder, opportunity. All it just did was just to extract the image itself, the text, sorry. Quite simple, just extract the text. And you can see it did pretty good. You can see just this number 7 line. I guess the is this images is trying to get. So as you can see, you did a very wonderful job. Let's proceed further and let's just close this. We want to make sense, want to make meaning out of this image. So what we're going to do now is we're going to introduce Amazon Textract plus Amazon Comprehend. And let's see how that's going to go. But first, we want to just delete this, clear or click on clear output of all cells. Click on this. We want a fresh and clean template. We're still going to clear this. Click on this and left click. Move this to trash. You can also do this. So let's move this also to trash. Make sure you don't delete this. So let's go ahead and upload the Amazon Textract plus Comprehend code. So you see here, just click on this. We want to do the same thing with this. Copy all. I use Ctrl C or anyone. And we want to paste it here, our new code. What I like doing is just doing Ctrl V. And there you have it. So once you've done this, you need to save this. Click on save. So this is a bit different. Now you see the kind of images we can upload. You don't need to be an expert from this. So Textract is going to, of course, extract the text from the image. But this time around, what it's going to do, if you go down here, is going to create a sentiment. You understand? Response. And it's also it's going to summarize everything. So it's trying to make meaning of the text that is being extracted. That's the work of Amazon Comprehend, like I explained to us. If you want to know more about Amazon Comprehend, you can feel free to go and go through documentation. So that's all about this. Now let's go ahead and draw our image, the same image, but this time you're going to see how Amazon Comprehend is going to make meaning out of this. It's going to literally summarize everything as you can see here and just make it make more sense. So we have it here, the image. Let's click on save. Now that we've saved this, let's click on run this cell. You can see how fast this is. You understand? Feel free, you can use any image of your choice. Just make sure they are text there. That's what Amazon Textract is going to extract. So you can see here we have two results compared to when we just ran only the extract code. See the first one, take note of the ending, summarize txt. So, and the last one here is just the txt that we got earlier. You understand? So let's click on the first one, double click. You can see this, then click on this also. Now, this is what I want to major on. You can see the sentiment is natural. Why? Because you see, it just summarized everything. Opportunities, AWS certification, AWS benefits, a concise 45-minute session benefits. So you can see it's natural. So you get it now. So let's look for another image. Let's close this and let's clear all out both. Yes, and let's try this now. Let's upload another image. So this is a part of a book of David Ibiyome's book, talking about beginnings and the rest of them. So let's copy this, let's drag it and paste it here. So there's actually a Bible verse here in this image. There's a Bible verse. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, the hands of Zerubbabel. So let's even see how it's going to work on this. That's Amazon Textract plus Comprehend. Click on save. Don't forget to save. Then let's run this and let's see. Okay, I thought as much. Okay, so if you encounter this, just be calm and feel free to run it again. Let me delete this and delete this, and let me clear all cell outputs, and let me save this time around, and let me run it again. So you can see it's 100%. Now you don't need to delete the other ones, these three that we first of all worked on. Just give it some time, and you can see this is something different because we use a different image entirely. So you see the summarized txt, and you also see the other txt. So let's click them one by one. Summarize txt, and let's see this. You can see, but what I want to focus more is on this summary. Let me draw the image so you can see. Let's first of all look at the image itself. There's you see chapter 1, this is Amazon Textract alone. So James, I don't know why you get this, but let's leave that. So you see, the word of the Lord forms the basics of the exposition. You can see everything. It does extract that, even extracts the one. That's really cool. Now let's go back. Let's go to the summary and let's see. You can see. I just love this. So you see, summarize everything. Chapter 1, beginning small, James 1, T, I don't know what that is. I guess that's the capital letter T. But let's proceed. Then you see God, the basis, then the expression. So the sentiment in this case now is positive. You can see that. You see how this is. So you can see positive in the sense that this write-up is positive. It's also a Bible passage. You understand? So that's the work of Amazon Textract plus Amazon Comprehend. Now let's go ahead, move further, and let's close this and upload our Amazon Bedrock code. I want to delete this entirely. Delete this also. Clear all cell outputs. So I don't want any of this thing. So we'll just go here, right click, left click, sorry, and move to trash. What I like to do is just to click on it and click delete on my laptop. That's much more faster. I want to remove everything entirely. And let's introduce the Amazon Bedrock code. Let's see Amazon Bedrock in action. Amazon Bedrock is going to make more meaning to this. So I want to go back to my GitHub account, but this time around, click on the Bedrock. We have it here, and I want to copy all this. Copy all this, copy all, and paste it here. Control V, and we have it. Now, this you don't need to understand, you don't need to know how to code, but you need to know what it's going to do. So we upload the images of everything. You understand? It's going to prepare the payload according to Bedrock API requirements. Sorry, so the payload goes to the messages. So Amazon Bedrock is going to make more sense out of this. So now let's see. It's not just going to extract the text or just summarize. It's going to make meaning out of it. So let's see this. Don't forget to save this. Save this. Now I want to drag the image of the book first. Let's do this. We have it here. So let's click on save this. We have it saved. Now let's run this and let's see. 0%. We have 100%. I'm going to talk a little on this. So you might have a challenge if you are just using Amazon Bedrock for the first time. You understand? You might come out with too much token and the rest of them blah blah blah. It won't run because when I first of all tried it, it did the same thing. So I had to send a message across to AWS support and they replied and I was able to they were able to rectify it. So in case you have one or two challenges like that, just feel free to either reach out to them or you can reach out to me and I'll be willing to help you. So you can see we already have this. So the Amazon Bedrock, what it did now is just to summarize the text, but we're going to see it's even much more than that. Let's click on this. You can see. So just leave all this ID and everything. Type text image shows the first page of a book. You can see how that this is just mind blowing of true. It shows the first page of a book, specifically chapter one, titled Beginning Small. Now, if you compare it with how Amazon Comprehend did his own, and even Amazon Textract, you see this one made more meaning out of it. You see, the text, if we went on further, the text discusses how the Word of God forms the basis of the exposition in this book, and that God's Word is full of principles that govern success. I just love this. You know, what made me fall in love with Amazon Bedrock. It then quotes a passage from the Bible, you see, which speaks about the hands of Zerubbabel laying the foundation of a house, and that the Lord of hosts has sent him to accomplish these tasks. Powerful. You see, compared to the other ones. Let's shut this down. I want to upload one more. Let's clear this all output. Let's clear all outputs. And this time around, I want to upload this image. So as to this I just dragged it from AWS documentation, Amazon DynamoDB global table with multi-region, strong consistency now support. So this is literally an update. You understand how AWS continue to improve on their services. So I usually go through this once in a while just to know so I can be up to date. You understand? And that would be very wonderful for everyone to do that too. So you can see, let me draw this and let's see what it's going to do with this. Let's wait for the image to come up. So we have it here, Amazon DynamoDB. And let's save this. We have this saved now. Now let's run it. Let's see. 50%, 100%. See, I'm just falling in love with this. The first time when I actually tried this, I did it continuously, but it didn't work. So until when I reported to AWS. But let's see. I can't wait to see. So we have the image here. Let's see now. Let's see. Amazon Web Services. This image, let's have from here, the text This image is an announcement from Amazon Web Services regarding the AWS and the Google Cloud tables with multi-region strong consistency feature. The key points are Dynamo DB Global tables with MRSC now support application resilience testing with AWS fault tolerance injection service. You can see that. We read on, you see how we made sense out of this. That's the power of Amazon Bedrock. So that's all. Feel free to upload any kind of image you want, but make sure the image you'll be uploading is these three types of image. You understand? Like I said earlier, you don't need to be an expert in coding. It's a very, very simple, beginner-friendly project. Okay, so now what we want to do now is we want to shut this down. Since we are through, we no longer need it. You can just go ahead, just delete this. You don't need to delete all this. All I just do is just close it down. Yes, leave. I go to the notebook instance page, and we want to click on this. Then click on action. First of all, you need to stop this first, and make sure you give it time to stop it. Don't just exit. You understand? Because after the stopping state, we have to go to the state where we'll need to also delete it. While we are waiting for this, you can refresh it. You can feel free to go to the permissions that we created area, but you don't need to go to this. You can also feel free to go to this. Does not really mean you can go to the roles that we created, and the IAM role that was created for SageMaker. You can go ahead and delete it if you want to, but there's no need because you're not charged for the role that was created. Probably my network. Let me go back here. Okay, so you can see this is the one we recently just created. You can see 202602, and that's today's date. The time was 12:06. So that's just it. So just click on here, click on delete. Here, what I just do is this is what you want. I just copy this, paste, then delete. So we'll go back here. By now we should have stopped. Refresh. Now see is in the stop state. Then you can click on delete. Before this delete was nothing, but make sure you delete it. Click on delete. And let's give you some time to delete. And you can see then after this is no longer here, you are free to go. Thank you, everyone. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any challenges or you would like to ask some few questions. Feel free to drop your comment section, drop your comments in the comment section, and I'll be ready to answer you and see you in the next video.